Hey everyone, here is another review of Linebox. On the left side of the screen, you're gonna see the comic. On the right side, you'll see me. In the middle and below, you'll see comps and a running total. At least that's what I'm gonna try to do in editing. Okay, so my wife said that in this box there was a nice little note, also a bunch of stickers. There was a sticker on the bubble wrap that wrapped it. Some of you might know this person. I don't. It wasn't a sticker I recognized, so I left it on there. I thought it was neat because the bubble wrap is kind of themed to the sticker. So you guys probably know who it is now if you've in these circles. So we're gonna open it. Just so you know where I'm looking, there's the camera. I can't figure out how to look at the camera. Here's me. Because I'm a narcissist, I always look at me. Right under the camera is where I see the comic image, and then this is work over here. So I look there a lot just to kind of work. The comic camera goes out quite often, and I gripe and moan and complain and fix it. Okay, let's get this open. First things first. So I said the color match is very nice. Everything's in pink. The bubble wrap is the proper way around. Did you know there's a proper way around to bubble wrap? The bubbles are meant to be towards the thing you're protecting. If they're the other way, a sharp object can get between the bubbles, and then you only have a thin layer of plastic protecting the item. If they're this way, however, if a sharp object gets between the bubbles, because the plastic is actually raised up, it won't hit the object. So bubbles always face the object you're protecting. Alright. No sticker on this telling me which way to go through it. So I'm going to see which one's cheaper, the back one or the front one, and then we'll go in that direction. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 comics. That is on the high side. Once again, the requirements were a $100 blind box with value between $80 to $150. The rest was up to the person. So let's see what we got. Okay, so we have Batman, Harley, and Clown Hunter. And Batman's probably looking for Ghostmaker. This was the last story, I think, in this run. Ghostmaker kidnaps these 3 monkeys. Puts Clown Hunter and Harley under deep sedation, and then sedates Batman slightly. He knows that it's Bruce Wayne. Ghostmaker trained with Bruce as a child to an adult. Did a lot of the same training with the different masters. Ended up killing one of the masters. And he's very law driven versus Batman, who probably has a little bit of a softer spot to some degree. Like, he's more the principle of the law, and Ghostmaker is more of the letter of the law. Ghostmaker is proving very hard to find. So, article calls in Nightwing Dick and the Bat Ladies to come help. And that's kind of the story arc of this one. I don't know that I don't like Tinian's writing. He's written a lot, especially Batman, over the last couple of years. He makes Batman pass out a lot. He also tends to go into, very ironic for me to say this, he tends to go into too much detail. Like, it's okay to explain something and just move on. He rambles on about it, just like I'm rambling on about it. Alright, if there is a theme to this box, we will see it. It'll become evident by right around comic 5, comic 6. If there is no theme to this box, I'm not sure. We can talk about blind boxes and how your timing has to be perfect with a blind box to get value as a blind boxer. Yeah. So this is cool. Can you believe that The Walking Dead has been out for like 17 or 18 years? It's crazy. This is the deluxe #1. So what it is it's the #1 story. So Walking Dead #1. And then in the back they have like what do they call it? The cutting room floor, where they show kind of writings and scribblings and early artwork and all that kind of thing for the story. They've said that it'll be a long time before they release that in any sort of collection. Okay. Sorry, got a software release going on. Yeah, but this is great. If you're a Walking Dead fan, pick up the deluxe version. Because the original #1 will cost you $1 billion, and this will only set you back $4 or $5. There is a gold text version for this. Oh, it's frozen. Camera's dead. There's a gold text version, and it's about $50. Some serious cash. All right. Is it gonna come back? Probably not. Dang it. This camera is a situation. Work. There's funny stuff going on at work. Alright. Okay, ignore the reflection up here. That's the posters on my ceiling. Let's see if we can get a little better indication of what this is. Okay, so this is the first time. So this is Venom Annual #1. This is the first time that Venom had an annual in history ever. First Venom annual. Really cool. Really pretty cover. So this is a variant. Let's find out whose variant it is. It's not Timex's or Citizens. So I need to look it up. When I do the comps, I'll look it up. A lot of the variants comps. A lot of the variants comps. For this are around $10. It can be as low as $5 for cover price, right? This comic's got some interesting problems. The cover is cut. No, it's not cut weird. The cover has been attached too high. And there's some inking issues that look like it happened in the stacking from Diamond. So some interesting issues with that guy. All right, Venom number 30. Is this the Raposa cover? Man, so many good artists have been on Venom, and it's really hard to tell them apart from each other because Venom's a hot mess. And a lot of these artists don't sign their work in a super obvious way. I'll put it up on the screen when I figure out who the artist is. It might be Raposa. I know Raposa did a Venom 30. That's why I'm kind of leaning on him. So this book, Donny Cates' book. The reason why I like Donny Cates is for his work on Baby Teeth. He also did Redneck, which is kind of a more edgy comic. I mean, Baby Teeth is a horror comic, so it's a little edgy too. This had a lot to do with the Codex, and it had to do with the I think it was the final comic for Venom Beyond. Yeah. The artwork is really good. So far, this person with their blind box is very interesting. Punchline number 1. So hyped. We talked about this earlier. Super hyped. Tinian's writing, which can be better every day of the week. His writing is pretty awful. Okay storyline. Very, very hyped, and it didn't live up to the hype. The reason why I love this cover, though, is that she's holding... There's a couple things. She's holding her blade and like a throwing dagger, where in almost all the other covers, and I think maybe all the other covers, has her holding it like a stabby dagger. And then very subtly you see the reflection of Harley. And we know that Harley and Punchline do not see eye to eye most of the time. In fact, that's how we're introduced to Punchline, was Harley trying to smack him with a big hammer and Punchline not taking it. This is a $15 comic. Yeah. There's a lot of controversy with this one. I think if you don't get... If you don't get your money's worth out of this comic within the next month, the prices are going to drop rapidly. But it is nice to see a strong new female character. I think it's been a long time since we created a new character that was strong, let alone female. Okay, so here we have Venom Beyond Part 4, 29 once again. We have Donnie Coates. It looks like Coates from here. Donnie Cates. This is Eddie Brock and his son. End up on Earth. Make up a number. And it's got Agent Venom in it. Okay, so Brock's wife, or love interest, depending on which Earth you're on. When you read that story, this comic is, if you can call a Venom comic book romantic, it would be this one. Aged Venom, who is Brock's wife, in her reality, her son and her husband are dead, and she's really angry with everyone about it. She's angry with Peter Parker because he ruined his career. Blah 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 blah. I don't know if Daniel's dead. Anyways, and then Eddie Brock's from 1051, I think it is. In his reality, his wife is dead, and the symbiote bound to him. Or the other way around. Is she from 1051 and he's from Earth Zero? Anyhow, whatever it is. And they kind of have this moment where they are quite... it's quite sweet. Let me put it that way. Her name's Anne Wayne? Did I get that right? We'll find out. This comic is not remarkable. It's $3. This is the A cover. It's easy to tell because there is no variant edition written there. So this is an example of a comic. This Venom comic would have been smoking hot. Probably 5 months ago, 4 months ago. Probably wasn't even out then. Whatever. Okay. Vampirella. Vampire and Cinderella combined. My buddy started reading these recently, and his comment was, is there any issue where she doesn't get naked? That's hard. I don't think so. This is the 25th year anniversary of the Vampirella series, not of Vampirella Strikes. This is number 7. There's not much to say about this. She is controversial statement. She's an unbelievably strong female character in any comic book. I mean, like side by side with any comic book. She's a very powerful character. Well written. Had their moments of bad writing, but well written. Suffers a little bit from art fatigue in that they will use the popular artists at the time, like Peach and name your poison. But I feel like they depend too much on the eagerness of nudity throughout the comic, and they use it as a crutch. Vampirella could stand by itself without all that, because it's a strong character, because she has good writers. But that's just my opinion. You know, some could say that is part of her, and she uses it to her advantage, and that's what the readers want. Maybe that's the case. All right. $3. Unfortunately, it should be more. I think until they come out with a movie or TV show, which they can't do until it's cleaned up. It's gonna have a tough time. Okay, good old Cable. Cable number 6. This is it's like a Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom. You know, the 3 fighters cover. This is Unknowns, I believe. Unknown Comics. Or Unknown... Whoa. Okay. Or Unknown... Sorry, at work. Unknown Warehouse Distribution. Very nice cover. This is an X of 10 story. X of 10. I'm falling apart over here. X of Swords storyline, or 10 of Swords storyline, however you want to place it. And this comes between Hellion 6 and X-Men 15. I personally think the cover is more valuable than the story. Is that bad to say? I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom. Cable was an option in one of them. I forget which one. And his attack was exactly like that. Yeah. There's a series of these. There's 3 or 4. I think it's 4. They're about $10 a piece. If you buy all 4 together, you probably get it for $30 a piece. Yeah. So, I like it. I like it a lot. Oh boy. Talking about deep topics here today. Camera died again. Let's see if we can get it back before we start this deep topic. Okay, our favorite Canadian friends, Alpha Flight. So Casada wrote this story, and basically what it is that the Maple Leaf had a son. His son had AIDS, and this is in '92, I believe. This is right when AIDS was a huge deal. He had a son, he had AIDS, he died. No press or no news about it. He retires. Then there's a kid, a baby with AIDS in a hospital, and that gets a lot of press. And so he's kind of ticked off about that, and he goes to the hospital, and North Star meets him there. And they really unload on each other. Yeah. and it ends up in a fist fight, and North Star admits that he is gay. And then the week following, he beats up Maple. The week following, he announces it to the world, because Maple's point is, by staying in the closet, you've done more harm than good for the masses, because you could have been that inspirational spokesperson for homosexuals at the time, and really helped the understanding of AIDS. It's a really crazy comic. It's an example of how Marvel and DC, to some degree, were willing to talk about real problems in their comics, although their solutions were often overly simplified and did not make sense. I come from South Africa. I'm in the United States now, but I come from South Africa originally. When this was written, I don't think we saw this comic because we were embargoed by America. But it was crazy, like talking to people and having the topic of AIDS came up was not strange at all. And I'm sure in America, it was a common topic for the gay community at the time. Yeah. I will say something. This comic... Camera's gone again. This comic is beautiful. It's 30 years old, so categorized as paper vintage. The colors are super bold. The paper's clearly white. Not a single tick on the frame, on the spine. This is a beautiful comic. Whoever's box this is, I don't know where you got this from, but it's stunning. It's got like a slight fray on the bottom on the spine, but that's me nitpicking big time. Okay, let's see if we can get the camera working again, and we'll slap the next one up there. Empress. So this is a spec title. Is this the... Wait. Come over here. It is. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, so this is what I was asking about. It's the Miller World variant that Scotty Young did a while ago. Wow, 6 years ago. It's nice to see some Scotty work on things that aren't Marvel. I'd love to see his take on Superman and Batman, Wonder Woman, maybe Trinity. Be great on Trinity to see his work, but that's not gonna happen. What's happening to DC right now? So Mark Miller comic from Miller World with Scotty Young on it. Unfortunately, this is not gonna be that valuable. It's gonna be like $3 to $5. So Icon Comics. Miller also wrote Old Man Logan, Secret Service, I think. Anyhow, this is about a terrible man of a king and his very happy wife. She's not happy. A very strong female character who wants to get away from her husband. Because he is the worst of the worst. I don't mean like me, he didn't cut his hair or shave this morning. I mean, he is an awful human being. It kind of turns into a bit of a adventure story. Almost Star Warsian. So, $3, great comic. If I think there's talks about a movie or a TV show at one point. Yeah, you should definitely read this. Wow, really? Okay. Okay. I don't even know. I don't know how I'm gonna price this. So, very tongue-in-cheek comic. Whale's Vagina Comic Con. So, you can tell that that is the San Diego Comic Con in why my brain go blank? In Anchorman. Yeah, Anchorman. Will Ferrell. Sorry, everyone. Will Ferrell refers to San Diego as the whale's vagina. And so looks like they embraced it here. So this is definitely. So John Paul George McFlies. I don't know how to price this. I don't know what to do with it. It seems like every now and then with these blind boxes, someone throws a curveball in there. And it's kind of like a middle finger, but at the same time, you know that you get to keep it. So you're kind of like, hey, I don't mind that middle finger. I don't know how to price it. So this cover, there's a few covers to this. So I'll tell you what I know. There's a few covers to this. They all indicate classic gaming or heroes in some way. There's 25 prints of each cover. And I think total there were 200 made. Somewhere in that range. You will not find this on eBay. You will not find it. You probably won't find it on Google. It's very, very niche. Niche. I want to open it so badly. But I don't want to ruin the sticker. So I might heat it a little bit. Open it up and then we'll take a look at it. And just, I've said this before in other videos. While this video is going on. These COAs mean very little. I could print one up right now on my computer and put it in there and say it was something else. So what you really should do is send this off to CBCS and get them to validate it. You don't have to slab it to get it validated. That's crazy. And Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. The variant prices on Cosmic Ghost Rider are all over the place. As low as 5, as high as 55, 60. I have not kept up with Cosmic Ghost Rider. Here's what I know. Frank Castle was the Punisher. He basically became... He then became Ghost Rider. From there, Galactus made him Cosmic. Thanos killed him. And in this comic, number 1, he's coming back. But it's billions of years in the future, so it's unlike what we know today. And as Cosmic Ghost Rider, very powerful cosmic creature. Think of a Silver Surfer with a burning skull. Donny Cates writing, perfect. Don't know what else to say. There are some crazy comics in here, so let's review and see what we got. I'm gonna put more stickers on this. Okay, so we have Cosmic Ghost Rider. This crazy fly thing. Empress, Alpha Flight, camera died. Cable 6. Vampirella. Venom 29. Punchline. Venom 30. Venom Annual 1. The Walking Dead Deluxe. And Batman. Number 1 of 4. So I'm gonna be once I receive all the comics for all the different brackets, I'm gonna then be putting them up against each other and seeing who wins. And by then I know who it is, and if there's any themes or anything extra going on. So who was this? This was Ash. Ash's Comic Dash. And oh, there's lots of stickers here. We've got some Avengers stuff. So, thank you for watching. If you like what Ash did in her box, that sounds bad. Thumbs up this video. It's not for my commentary. It's not for what I'm doing. It's really for Ash. The reason being is there's a People's Choice Award that is fantastic, and we're going to use the amount of votes on each video to say who gets the People's Choice Award. Alright people, on to the next one.